Hey guys, this is Alex from Computer Headquarters with another Artesian Builds bidding update. I've bid on a lot of different things in my life for work, whether it was for my own company that I own now or previous companies I've worked for, and bidding is usually pretty easy from the standpoint of if you want to bid on something and you have the money to bid on it, it's usually a pretty straightforward process. You just say you want to do it and you tell them how much you want to pay, that kind of thing. This is by far the most complicated bidding process I've ever seen in my entire life, to the point where I feel like there's definitely people who may have wanted to bid on this lot, or these lots I should say, that probably were discouraged based on the parameters required. So let me explain. I'm going to make my face go away and show you my screen. Okay, so I've got my face gone now, so you can see the screen. And this is the Artesian Builds Twitter, and this is where the legal team handling the bankruptcy has posted something, and this is the link to their Dropbox. So in order to be a bidder, you have to be a qualified bidder, and you need to go to this piece of this document, and this is the legal team handling the auction, which is Binder and Malter. And there are some of the people's email addresses right here. There's 3 people there, and as you zoom down, or scroll down I should say, there's another person right here. So I couldn't figure out how to be a bidder, so I emailed all of those people, and they got back to me, and I ended up having to speak with one of those people for about an hour on a Zoom call, which is great that they answered all my questions because it was extremely confusing. This isn't something that a normal person would really understand very easily, I don't think, because I think I'm fairly normal, and this is 20 pages of legal speak to try to figure out how just to make an offer. After going through all this stuff and then figuring this all out and asking lots and lots of questions, many emails back and forth, they approved me. But here are like the really big basics of how this is all going to work. If I want to place an offer before the auction starts, I can do that. And I have to send an email, and I have to have a bunch of the legal terms in this qualified bid requirements thing here. So there's one, I think it's 13 bullet points. Yeah, 13 bullet points. I have to cover like all of those things. So I have to pretty much have like either a Word document or something of that nature that makes sure I'm covering all of these things. I'm not going to get into each one of these things because it's going to make this video last an hour. But I was able to cover all those points, put an offer in. They said my offer was too low. There was someone else with a higher offer. I offered again. They said your offer was too low again. And at that point I said, you know what, I'm just going to wait until the auction starts and see where the opening bid starts. So the opening bid is based on whoever offered the highest before the auction starts, and I'm really curious to see where that's going to be, but I'm just going to keep doing my due diligence in the meantime so that when the auction starts I'm as prepared as possible. But I want to just say where things get a little bit interesting and weird. So my understanding, unless I misunderstood the gentleman I was speaking with, is that if I want to make a pre-bid like I did today, if I would have been if they would have said, congratulations, you are now the top bid or offer before the auction starts, I would actually have to send them a wire transfer of money for 70% of that money right away. So let's just say theoretically it was $100,000, which is reasonable to believe it could be that much money based on how much equipment is here. I would have to wire them $70,000 today, or I believe that my offer would not be deemed as an acceptable offer. So that's a lot of money to just come up with, and let me also break that down a little bit more, this into the what if zone. So I buy a lot of equipment, and I've been buying equipment for 15 years in the computer industry, whether that was for my company or someone else, and I've seen lots of scams. And let's just say that the wrong people got a hold of the password for this Artesian Builds Twitter account, and the wrong people put this notice up and made this Dropbox link. This document right here that's 20 pages would have been pretty difficult for them to create, in my opinion, and also coming up with all those pictures could have been very difficult to come up with, in my opinion. But crazier things have happened. So these people could all be scammers. Michael here, Rob, Julie, they could theoretically all be scammers, and their scam is to collect a bunch of money from different people that are going to be bidding and then just disappear. So that's a total possibility. So for my own sake, I've called the court. See how it says United States Bankruptcy Court, Northern District of California, Oakland. I called there. I was able to give them this court case number and speak with someone who gave me information for the contact information for the people that are in charge of the bankruptcy, and it did in fact link right back to these people right here. So I now know that this is not a scam. But being able to come up with that much money that fast to be able to do these kinds of bids and auctions is not for everyone, and that's why, in my more of my opinions, but that's why not very many people are signed up for this auction. Between jumping through the hoops on page 5 just to be approved, and then having the money to just be able to wire them right then and there, and then being able to trust them, that's a lot for a lot of people. So I've spent a lot of time going through this so far, and I'm probably going to be spending a lot more time, and I hope that that time pays off and that I at least win something out of this auction. But I think that's really the summary for this, is that I am now qualified. I am currently not the top bidder. I don't know where the top bid is, and it was a very complicated situation just to get to where I am. So wish me luck. Hey guys, this is Future Alex, just editing this video to put it online, and today is the 1st, July 1st, and the auction closed a few days ago on the 28th, I believe it was, on Tuesday. So I just didn't get, I recorded the video footage before the auction closed. I didn't have time to upload a lot of the footage I recorded. So I'm now uploading a lot of this footage after the auction closed. And I know this is kind of just a weird little thing, but I want a little bit of transparency, because this is talking about an auction about a company that was doing shady things, and let's just say maybe I win it, maybe. I just don't want people thinking, oh, this new guy is being shady because he's lying about some things. It's just literally I didn't have enough time to upload the footage. So just a little disclaimer, if you will. I hope you enjoyed the video. We're going to have other videos related to the Artesian auctions coming up real soon, so stay tuned. Thank you.